I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA's Daily Review. Today is August 18, Friday, 2023. So we had this indecisive day. At the same time, it did retrace back down more into the daily imbalance I mentioned. Had some confluence with this inversion daily imbalance from right here. All right, so we have this and the actual current daily imbalance. And then nice place to buy. Where are you taking it to? You want to take it to at least 50% of the range that we identified yesterday. But it was first here. I got to go on a smaller time frame. This 4 hour ain't going to work. But ended up buying here. And it's Friday as well. So you got a couple things going on for immediately taking the buy. I mean, number one, it already came down into here, okay? So we've already sold off. Number two, we've expanded the range, and now we have liquidity sitting above there, which is all of you guys in Asia and London, right? And then pretty much like this day, let me go to a smaller time frame because I can't really show you. But very similar to actually really both these days. Very similar to both these days. The only difference is that this dropped a lot lower first. For us. So people in another benefit of hindsight of trading in New York is you're going to be able to see it's not a coincidence that the price is already where it is when it comes time for New York between 8:30 and 9:30, right? So that's generally the gist, and this pretty much happened the same way. So this is going to be a very detailed analysis here so you can see it, but you'll be able to see that we had, let me make this bigger. Let me just make this bigger. So a very similar day. When we closed here, we made the video. What did it do? I said that it would come back up and take out. You got to actually see this on a 5 minute, I think, or lower, or 15. We made the video here, and I said that we would take out probably that high. Right? So you guys see the price coming right up to it. First we open up and we take that down, right? So we're coming up, right? And the fib is here. So let me move it for you. Fib is here, right? So it's not here yet really, but it's ranging out. I expect it to still come lower as I was mentioning, but for it to come up here, if it struggled past here, because I said it would come to here, then that means that we're not getting into this area and it's still weaker. So price did come up right to it. Didn't take out that high exactly, but it very close enough. And then that was giving you signals to sell, especially with this lower high. Again, yes, it looks juicy for liquidity, but look at lower high, and lower high. So when you see us at 9:30, I mean, immediately we're thinking buy. Number one, I'm thinking buy because it's a Friday all in itself. You have a like 80% chance that it's going to be a bullish day generally, right? And we wake up to it being in the daily imbalance as well, right between these lines. And we have this inversion daily imbalance right here. So I measure 50%. Well, you see the 25% levels inside the daily current fit. And then you have also the same thing. I have these, see this little one? See this little fib right there? Can you see that? These little lines right there? That's in between this blue and this blue. Right here. See that? And the 50 level of that is right here. See that? So, and the price is sitting on 25% of this daily imbalance, right? So if you were thinking it would have kept coming lower, well, it is 9:30 and it could have did that, but I was definitely aiming for this high right here. This is just too easy and too clean and too many, it's a big pool there. So, and that's why I was mentioning pretty much what we had going on. It was both these days, really. Um, yeah, I was speaking about this one specifically when we came down. This was obviously Thursday, yeah. So yesterday when we bought from 8:30 here, and then we came up for that pool right there because it was coming into a deeper retracement, and that's exactly what it did today. But the difference is that we went lower first and then accomplished that. Here we were in a demand area at the time of 8:30 and 9:30. See what I'm saying? So that was the logic for that, right? And I would like to say it happened here too. Yeah, and this is Wednesday, as the range came down, and then we were here. Then look at the time again. Coincidence? It's now almost 9:30, and we've already took out that liquidity sitting there because there's two of these, and it popped right up for a deeper retracement. Obviously, the scenario is a little bit different, but the ranges, just look how it's accomplishing in the ranges. So that's basically what I'm trying to. You really want to grasp that because it's going to really help your trading. It's going to just, yeah, they're what do you call it? Yeah, they're training wheels, but at the same time, and I keep this on here because I do a weekly review on a Saturday, so I'm keeping them here. Normally I would never keep these on here, so I just leave it because when I go do the weekly review, it's all already done. I can't adjust and remember everything, but same time, anyways, back to this. So perfect. So prices down here. Now we're sitting at the 25% of this daily imbalance. Price retest that, comes right back. Now let me go into a smaller time frame because they were really shady on how they did, which is general. Oh my god, it's just kind of hard to see, man. Okay, so let me get rid of this shit. Okay, so here we are. This is still a 5-minute. You got to see this on, I'm going to show you by 10-second because that's how I was able to catch it. And you'll see here. So see, we're at that 23%, 25% there. Come right back. Okay, so see what they did here at 9:30. Boom, shot it. Now, if you were paying attention to price and you were on a 10-second, you would have saw it literally snap right to taking out that liquidity. We are at 50% of this inversion imbalance, and we are at 23%. I'm sorry, 20. Why do I keep saying 23? 25% of this top portion of the current daily imbalance in the purple lines. So. And you got to make this decision quick. Snaps and stops. Then this candle gets printed. Then this down candle gets printed, sitting on the 25% level. All right. And then this candle gets printed. This little bullish one right there. Right above that little candle. So that's an immediate buy for me, only because when they snap this price down, again on a 10-second, on a 1 minute, it's even worse. So that's why I am sub 1 minute, because I need to see the details. And this is a common way for you not to get in the entry. All right, and I'm very familiar with this. So as soon as, and they gave it away with this down candle right there, that down candle. So immediately push buy. The stop loss has to be, for me, underneath this 50 level here and 50% of this wick. If it's going to come lower, I'm definitely in the wrong trade. I'm taking a loss, and I still would have bought, but I would have expected it to then come down to the 50% level of the daily imbalance, right? So follow me here. Yep. And then immediately profitable going up. That's what I want to see. Now, logically, where am I taking this trade? So forget all the noise in between. Yes, you will see legs happening, which is you popped up. You got to retrace back into, I'll go to a 1 minute now so you could really see it a little better. But multiple entries on the way up. But this leg here starts, you get a shift here, right? You get a shift here. I'm already I'm pre-shift. Obviously, I'm inside the shift. I'm not waiting for it to shift, even though I'm expecting a shift. If I didn't get a shift, that would be a big problem too. But the whole big picture is I'm trying to take out this liquidity. Okay, so that's when I move the fib here. So when I wake up, I obviously adjust the fib to then here. Okay, and let me move this over so you can kind of see the difference there. So again, and a lot of times when we get into the daily imbalance, we'll tap in, but we won't seal it. Okay, and certain days in certain trends we'll see it, and agendas. But when it's been dropped already, I'm definitely not scared to buy this, because I want to get a retrace, and it's a bullish day of Friday. So I want to take out this liquidity. Look where the 50% level is. 50% is literally laying right on this pool. All right, so this is definitely a target for holding it to. Price breaks that shift there, comes right into this to this 1 minute imbalance. You can see it better on a different time frame, but you can see it right there. You can see this as a support block as well, right here. Comes right into it, and then you can see that what do you call it here? Yeah, I'll just leave that alone anyways. So anyways, retraces back. That's another buy. Look, they're pretty shady today. Not really too much opportunities for you to get in, but you can see where you can get in. You would if you wanted to retrace it back, you can use this as an inversion imbalance right there. That one down candle comes right into it. Instead of just pushing buy at this imbalance here, you're going to wait for something deeper. What do you have also in confluence over here? You have this inversion imbalance, this big blue section that we're talking about here. You see how it's like sitting there on it. Body's never closed below it. All these details you have to be aware of. So if it's going to retrace back, even if you put a fib from here to here, you're going to retrace back. Yes, at 50%, probably below, but obviously you don't want it to break below this candle. The best shot would have been here, but you never got that trade, right? So if you're fine tuning a little bit, this inversion imbalance right here, if you drag that out, you'll see it pop in right into it, sitting there at the 50% of it right there. And this is a good place of it. Anyways, there's so much detail I could tell you, but I can't. This video will be forever. So long story short, when it gets here, I also don't want to get tricked, and because yes, it's Friday and it's bullish, but at the same time we've dropped so much, we could have a very dull PM session, and I might not ever get the price to come down back into this daily imbalance. So even though I know that we can visit this area, it's either it was going to visit this area or it was going to stall out and then go up one more time, which is exactly what it did, and damn near to the 61 exactly. See that? Look to the right. So I'll get into that in a second. But when you see here, if you look at the 15-minute, you can see here very clear that we had this lower high. So I was confident about taking this high. Now, I was afraid that they wouldn't get above that 50. See, this would have been a situation where when you see price coming up, you can see it right here. See how the price has not reached at 50? And then I started seeing this. I'm definitely out. And this was an amazing move. And to be honest with you, I want one good move today. What move would that have been? It would have been the bull run for Friday. Right? So that's the logic. And this is the end of the week. So when it's the end of the week candle, you expect that. And keep in mind, when it was all the way down here at 9:30, that's a big, bold weekly candle, right? So you expect a retrace for the candle or for its wick to develop. Right? So you're getting a retracement at the end of a week, right? So this is another reason why you take this buy. And coming up to here was a beautiful place for me, but I took it early just in case this bitch went all the way down back into this daily imbalance, right? But what did it do? And it ended up going above. Cool, but I've already secured my profit. See, this is what you got to understand. I don't need it to hit here. Sometimes I do hold for it. Sometimes I don't have to hold for it, but I'd rather not hold for it because number one, this is a big amount of points. Number two, if it reversed on me, I'd be pissed as fuck, right? Sitting here married to waiting for this. I don't care. Take this money. Just because it went up here, do you think I care that I missed out on this? No. So anyways, price pops up. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now it's lunchtime. I'm like, okay, let's get a reversal. And this was the last trade I was going to take because I really wanted this one good trade because of of what's going on in the market and it being pretty much like game over, right? For the week or whatever. So I try to take this trade here. It pops above here. I'm not doing shit. Pops above here. It gets above the 50. All right. Now I look for a sell here. I take a sell right here at this block right here. I don't know. You can see this. This is still a one. Oh, it's still a 1 minute. I'll treat it as a 1 minute. This block right here pops up. I take the sell. It doesn't pan out. They squeeze me out. Now, my stop loss is still here, but this squeezed me out pretty much. So I close it. Then I'm on a phone. This is lunchtime and this thing comes back again. So I decide to take this trade. Let me show you on a 10-second so I can end the video. It's kind of hard to see this, but give you some context here. So right here on a 10-second, when this popped down and popped up into here, I was in this trade right here. So look what it does. It comes all the way back up right here. At this point, and this was a bold face blue candle, right? So at that point, I say, they're going to pop up and take it. So I get out of it. No big deal. No big deal. Then what do I get? After seeing, I'm waiting for it to pop up, but I get this bull candle and then I get a breakdown. And then once it breaks down and it pops back up into it, I take that trade. And I was like, okay, cool. They were just squeezing people out. They're not going to take the liquidity right now. We're going to come down. And then I got that 50% level. Oh boy. I got that 50% level. I was really trying to get this level for a sell. And just in case for a bonus, if like the power hour, for example, would have kind of took it down as well, then it would have been a phenomenal that would have caught it came all the way down. But the problem with this was that there was a risk that it would pop up again and get a deeper retracement. And sure enough, it did to the 61. So when the price came down and I'm holding it here and it takes this liquidity out, but it barely, it doesn't even go down. It literally just taps underneath. And then I get this. I'm getting all these bullish candles and it pops up. And then it's starting to do this. I take the trade out. I'm done for the fucking day. I don't want to sit through this anymore. I was just over it. So sure enough, what did they do? They went all the way up. So misleading a little bit, which would have been on the 15-minute. Let's take a look real quick so I can be done. So this 15-minute here, all right, see how it popped back up. But see the 15-minute, they kind of suckered us in. See this? See how they're all wicks and the bodies are staying down here. I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be a repeat of yesterday. Because yesterday, this is the sell that I missed that dropped to hell, right? I was seeing the same ideas here. Look at the bodies down here, wicks up here, and that panned out. But this one didn't. So this was very, very suspect, and is struggling to come down here. So that's what made me get out of the trade, which I'm glad I did. Obviously, look at this. It popped right up. Came to 61 technically, and I saw this as possible buy too when it took that liquidity. So I was actually going to take it out and then just buy it here because they didn't come down to the 50%. But this was a big, because it struggled here, this is a more obvious reason that this leg is just not done. So this retracement is just not done. So it'll pop up one more time. Now it's at a 61. Then you would take this sell. Obviously, I'm not trading anymore, but you would take this sell now to this 50 or possibly even lower. So the leg up one 2, 3, but in general, you would have looked at it like this is one. These two areas, this is just like one movement up, and then that retracement down, which is here. So that's the higher low, not that one. Even though they're both higher lows, but this one they took them out sneaky, and that became the higher low. Just like this, when this came up, and this came up again right here, this was technically that real higher high you're looking at, but this is how it's delivered. So anyways, let's see. As far as tomorrow goes, not tomorrow, next week, the problem with this area here is that, number one, we have some imbalance up here. Number two, we have the daily imbalance here to finish. So this can get very tricky. Now, historical data, especially the 15-year, if you take a look at that, that will show you, and I don't show it because I had to pay for it, and the guy who sells it, it would be wrong of me to give it away for free, and I'd probably get flagged or something. So you can go take a look at that. More research, you can take a look, and they I think it's like $50 to $100. I forgot, man. It's been so long that I bought it. But anyways, historical data will show that that there's going to be a double bottom here. I don't know if this is the double bottom though. Now see, does this come lower to buy back up? That's a scenario. Or it's going to retrace up. All right, it's going to retrace up slowly for the rest of the month, and then we're going to get pretty much up here. All right, and it can be even as high as here. So I don't know how high this can go, but we're expecting a retracement. If this is the double bottom, we're expecting a retracement to come back up here, and then kind of come back down. So if this is going to be that bottom, which it might not be, this is just a retracement back lower to get into here, and then we finally get our low before we start retracing back up here for the September peak move, which will look something like this. Could be even here, fuck it. Before that we're supposed to go up in the fourth quarter. So anyways, so yeah, we've retraced here. It's pretty nice. But is it possible that we go back up? I think we're going to come down possibly maybe one more time. So, and we'll see if we get back into here. And there was some other confluence I wanted to tell you, but I can't remember all this shit in videos, man, to be honest with you. But see, the range, that's the logic, man. I mean, once you have an understanding of the range you're dealing with, it becomes a different story. We'll probably revisit this for sure. So, yep. And then as far as dollar goes, dollar was helpful at the 8:30, 9:30 time frame buying, because we had already peaked here and they were selling. So, and then it got a little bit ugly here, and this was like a big sign for me to damn near be done with the month, man. Like I've been doing really well, and then I'll have some of these small losses, but at the same time, this is getting a little ugly here. But it has been a good August so far. I thought it'd be much worse, but this was helping with the buy here as far as us peaking up, and then retracing. You also saw that we were struggling here when we were at the top, and then price reversed here with the dollar, and then we had a divergence here with the buy on NAS, and we had beautiful higher lows here, and then Dow gave it away when I was mentioning how suspect this was and how it struggled. Well, Dow made a lower low and these made higher highs. This is another reason why I decided to get out of that trade. Just take the profit and be done. So no big deal. Still great profit from here anyway. So no problem there. But got to understand that that's how you got to roll and flow. So all right, I hope this helps. You guys take care. Have a good weekend and God bless.